The monkey community, hope everyone's doing great. Checking in on the monkey project, and we're at 202,000 market cap, which is down about 4% from yesterday. And I think the chart's holding up just fine considering the broader market. And it does look like Bitcoin is coming back a little bit, which is good news. I'll pull up the chart here, and you can see it hit 88,000, now back up to almost 90,000, which is great news. So hopefully this is just the start of a broader recovery. You can see this sharp drop here in Bitcoin. So overall, Monkey, the chart's been suffering, but last 24 hours, it's been somewhat stable at just above 200,000. And I wanted to talk a bit about patience today. So patience doesn't come naturally. You have to work at it and oftentimes learn and, you know, hold yourself accountable essentially. And it's not easy. And I think Monkey's going to run and the patient will be rewarded. And so let's talk about that a little bit. So patience is the capacity to endure difficult circumstances, delays, or suffering without complaining, becoming angry, or losing composure, involving self-control and a calm, steady perseverance, even when facing provocation, adversity, or waiting for desired outcomes. And so I think this just applies perfectly to what we're dealing with Monkey here. It talks about difficult circumstances and not losing composure. So I think some of the selling that happens, the bottom selling we call it, happens because folks lose their composure. They're trying to be patient, but the circumstances are difficult and they just can't hold on. And what I like is the definition includes waiting for desired outcomes. And we have a desired outcome in crypto, especially with these cult coins, and we know what the goal is and we know what we hold and where the potential is, and we have that desired outcome. And patience means enduring that when you haven't seen that desired outcome and you want it badly, but you're not seeing it. And so it's easy to lose hope and all that. That's where the strong community comes in, where if you haven't been on one of the spaces or DM one of the main folks that post about Monkey, I'm sure any one of us will give you the bull thesis and encourage you if you're losing patience. But definitely the community comes in terms of patience. The more you have patience and you project that out for others, the more likely they're going to have patience because they know where we're going. That's why bull posting is so important. That's why any content you make is huge, and and we could just encourage each other. And the better the community, the more likely we are to have patience because, like I said, it doesn't come naturally, but it can be contagious. If you see someone who's buying every day and chilling Monkey and is optimistic about the project, even when the chart's down, that can translate over to you. And I think that's important for these cult coins because the dips are inevitable, like we said, and part of the cleansing process for a cult coin like this. And I think, again, the longer this period goes on here, the cleaner the holders get. And we'll look at the holder analysis in a bit. But it's hard. I mean, to have the top 40 holders holding the way they have, over the last couple months is pretty impressive for Monkey. And I think as time goes on, we're going to add more of these convicted believers. And, the timing is just perfect, I think, with Elon coming back and, the the outlook for Bitcoin and the broader crypto market in 2026. I'm just extremely bullish for Monkey. I think something's going to set this thing off, and we're going to be happy that we are holding right now. And I think losing composure when the chart is down does result in selling. And that's the opposite of what should be happening on coins when the price dips. So think about it. If you're patiently enduring and you're convicted and you're diamond handing it and the price dips, you're not even thinking about selling, right? You're thinking of the opposite. You're thinking of buying when the chart dips. And that's the result of patience. You're not in any rush. You're buying what you can afford. You know what risk you're taking. And that just helps you overall, helps the community, helps the price, the nice floor. And so just think about that. The other thing to think about is now is the time when the decisions are made that lead to generational wealth. So this chart here is where the decisions are made that lead to the generational wealth. So when you think, okay, what coin's going to give me generational wealth? You're thinking of this part here, right? The kind of the parabolic growth there. But if you see a chart that looks like this and you're not in there, you're already too late, most likely, right? Unless you get a second chance like you do with Monkey here. But once we start pumping like this, it's too late. The decision to get generational wealth is made now when the chart is a little bit scary, trading sideways, boring. This is when it's it's made, that decision. So know how much risk you can tolerate and invest accordingly. Like if you believe this thing's gonna 1000x, I mean 1000x from here is 200 million for Monkey. White Whale ran at 200 million, right? And they did it by controlling supply. At this point, the believers have a lot of the supply of Monkey. And so I think we can run to 200 million. That's 1000x from here. $1,000 is, if the math is right, is a million. So I mean, think about that. If you can tolerate that risk, it's a great buy. All right, let's look at the top holders here. We did have some movement in the top 40. So let me pull it up here. Again, a reminder, what I'm doing is day one is the 2nd of January. I'm just going back and comparing to day one. So this is just looking back towards close to the beginning of the year. So it's been almost 3 weeks to look at what has changed. And so there's two aspects to this. I'm just taking a paste from SoulScan of the top wallets, anything that's 0.5% or higher. And you can see here the change. Positive means positive coming in. That means accumulating more monkeys. So you can see a lot of positives here with some negatives. And then we'll also talk about any of the top 40 that have exited. So there were a few that exited during this most recent dip. But if you look here, so 54 million increase in monkey coins in the top 40 wallets, or it's a little over 40 actually. Now you have to take out this 19 million because that was a transfer from another wallet. So someone was doing some wallet cleanup and moved almost 2% to this new wallet. So if you take that one out, it's still 35 million or so increase of the top holders. There's some small negatives here. Looks like just that one. Everyone else is holding or adding. Some of these are new wallets that have come in, like this one's a new one. This one's a new one. This is that transfer one. So you could see extremely solid in the top 40. But we have to look the other direction based on the way I'm doing the lookups here. If a wallet completely exited, it wouldn't show up here, right? It's just completely gone. So it doesn't show up at all because it's gone. And so if you look here, this is that one that transferred. So you can see it's about 2% of the supply. So we'll leave that one out. But there's one last time I think, and there's two more. So two more decent sized wallets, just right at the 0.5, 0.6% did sell. Now I didn't look into it too closely. They could have split wallets or something like that, but we did see the price go down quite a bit on the coin. So likely these folks sold. So there have been some decent sized sells coming in, which we saw. So I think one of them rotated into one of the daily runner type coins, which may have rugged a bit. So hopefully everyone's okay. But to me, don't rotate out of Monkey. Hold it. Use new money if you want to chase the daily runners. I understand that. And then if you hit one of those, rotate back into Monkey, in my opinion. But overall, I think the top 40, again, looking solid. We had a couple folks exit. That's to be expected. I think we're going to see more buys coming in. All right, let's look at the news here. Altcoin Daily says Coinbase CEO says, I think that Bitcoin could hit a million by 2030. I still think that's true. That's, 4 years from now, which, I mean, that'd be incredible, right? That's a 10x or more in 4 years. And I can't imagine what's going to happen to Solana and our meme coins. And so he's incredibly bullish. as am I. 2030, 3 years of those are with Trump, and as we've talked about, they're pumping their bags. So I agree with this bullish sentiment. I'm not sure what it's going to be in 2030, but I definitely think it's possible given the increases we've seen Bitcoin and what it's capable of. Mara Nawfal here says almost 1 billion in lifetime revenue for Pump Fund, and they're still printing. So this is just, I think, 2 years. They celebrated the 2-year anniversary recently, so this is incredible for the company. And again, Pump Fund and Alon, I think that is a wild card here, right? Will they continue shilling the pump folio? And we know they're coming out with things, rewards for the communities and things like that. So what ideas will they think of next, and will they impact Monkey? We've yet to see that, but just one shill from Alon, or some sort of rewards for the communities that have lasted. I think that could push a coin like Monkey, as we're well known in the pump folio. Pagrani says here, generational bottom. I feel that way about Monkey for sure. I mean, this is right now a generational entry. And we talked about on the space on Monday about the scenario where you've never seen Monkey and you stumble upon it now, based on a shill or content from the Monkey community. I mean, what an incredible buy at 200,000 market cap. I mean, can you imagine straight shot boom, just grabbing a 1% bag of Monkey here, or even 2%? That's incredible, given the 1,000x potential that we have. Lil Toro says when the road gets bumpy, you don't leave the car, you put on the seatbelt. That's how you learn to navigate the market. I thought of Monkey when I saw this, just because you have a bit of a red chart, red broader market. The coin's not dead. Don't get out of the car. Just maybe make some slight adjustments. Maybe don't look at the chart. Maybe DCA. Do something, but don't completely exit and sell your Monkey at the bottom here. Bong says here, I just wanted to mention it so that everyone stays safe. Sol meme coins have been doing instant pump and dumps over the past few days. What's happening? There's that gas cow, which we talked about. Katana, we talked about white whale dipping. I mean, things have been pumping almost, like a crime chart, and then quickly dumping. So just be careful out there. Don't, in my opinion, rotate out to the daily runner and sell your Monkey right now. Monkey, you should buy and hold. It's a long-term hold, in my opinion. Funcry says, if trading was the only way I made money, I'd probably lose my mind. Having real life things to focus on keeps you grounded. It removes desperation and lets you wait, choose real plays. The best trades come from a calm mind, not from needing the next coin to pay your bills. So I agree here. I mean, I know a lot of us have just our regular 9 to 5 jobs, and we want to get out of those with Monkey, but I think that is key. We have families, and just remember that there's other things that you can focus on, and that can help you as you fight to be patient, like we talked about, and hold on to your Monkey. If you got other things to focus on those things. I sleep on my Monkey bag every night without worrying about it, just knowing where we're going. It's a long-term hold for me, and that does, help me relax a little bit. Like Funcry says, I can't imagine waking up every morning thinking I gotta find the runner today to pay my bills. That'd be crazy, right? So Monkey's a different type of coin, which is nice to have. Ty Lopez says what you want is probably 6 to 18 months away, and this made me think of Monkey. I'm not saying it's 6 to 18 months away for Monkey to run. I think we could run sooner than that, definitely. But he's just pointing out, if you think about it in this way, that will help with your patience, right? If you don't think like, okay, today's the day Monkey's going to run, it could. But if you think, realistically, like some of the folks we're talking about in the space, maybe over the summer, maybe March, end of March, end of the quarter, maybe we see some action, the market come back and things start flowing into the meme coins. But, if you just take a look and say, hey, maybe it is a few months, then that can help with your patience. Rex had a take on gold here. As painful as it is right now, the higher gold goes, the higher Bitcoin will eventually go. The faster gold goes up, the more velocity Bitcoin will eventually take off with. This is why 1 million per coin is in place sooner than most expect. So I think he's saying because gold's pumping, inevitably Bitcoin will take off eventually with more velocity. And so I like this take. I mean, that's a great thing to think about. And you know, the Bitcoin guys we've talked about before, they start panicking, it seems. And it's like if I own Bitcoin, I honestly wouldn't even touch it. I mean, I treat it like I treat treat my monkey and just sit back and relax. I think it's going to go to a million at some point. The question is when. Rain's Revenge has been getting questions all day of what build in public means. That was Alon's post about building in public and some funds being available. He says build in public is simple. Stay active on social media, talk about your product, share what's coming, grow your community, share clips, demo videos, stream on Pump, etc. These are things good teams already do, but now you have the opportunity to make 250K by doing it. So they're going to pick some projects for that. And I think, like he said, Monkey's already doing this. But if we just keep on working and putting out new content and staying active, I think that goes a long way. Not only for this particular product and promotion that they're talking about, but just in general. I mean, the longer we stay active, the more folks know about Monkey and the bigger our mind share. And speaking of content, Murph, shout out to Murph here. Follow Murph if you don't already. I'll link to his profile or tag him here in the post, and then also put a link to this video. But he posted this incredible video, the evolution story of Monkey. Very well done. Check it out. And Murph's got some real talent here. And he said we kind of pressured him into making more now, so we're gonna push Murph to come out with the content. And this is the type of content that Rain's Revenge is talking about here. This is the type of stuff that can get the attention of Elon, Pump Fund, new potential holders, and all that. So if you like doing things like this, if this looks cool to you, I'm sure Murph will give you some tips if you reach out to him, ask him what he used to make this, and he's going to be coming out with more content, and we need more stuff like this. So thanks, Murph. Good job here. Everyone check it out. Give him some love, repost it, and comment, and let's try to get this thing with more impressions in the algorithm. All right. Kazi says, I'm starting to believe there's not many communities who believe in holding anymore. It's cool when the time comes and alts run to hundreds of millions, people will realize they're sold too early. I 100% feel this way about Monkey. I think 200,000 right now, if you can handle the risk, is a great buy for Monkey. It's a meme coin. It has the potential to run, and I think run harder than any other coin, just because it's a pure animal play with a great community and great content. Everyone loves monkeys. It's kind of a no-brainer. People love animals and animal runners, and we've been positioning it as such. So I think folks know when they start seeing some green on Monkey, now would be the time to pile in. So I think once we start running, it's going to be an epic run. And as the whales and the core community, the top 40 wallets, we have the opportunity to hold, not sell, not take profits too quickly or too early, and you know take profits responsibly, let the chart run. And I think we have the ability to do that and really have a sustained run with Monkey. Don't forget to follow the main Monkey Soul _ account here on X. And if you want to join the Monkey chat, you're not in there, let me know and we can get you added. Thanks everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.